Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this video, we will learn how to use discriminant from this quadratic formula to determine the number of roots of a quadratic function. You learned this quadratic formula in our previous videos. If a quadratic equation is given by this formula, then the solution or roots of this equation can be found by this quadratic formula, right? So we have done quite a few questions on how to use this quadratic formula in the previous videos, but in this video we are going to look at the special term called discriminant. If you look at that, the b squared minus 4ac in this quadratic formula, we call this discriminant. We also use a notation to denote this discriminant. We use delta. Delta is equal to b squared minus 4ac. If we could able to calculate the delta or the discriminant, then we can use that information to determine how many roots are available for the given quadratic formula. So if delta is positive, then you can able to calculate the square root of delta. So which means you can able to calculate square root of b squared minus 4ac. So if delta is positive, then you will have two roots. But if the delta is equal to 0, then the b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. So therefore your solution is going to be just minus b over 2a, which means you have only one root. Okay, if the delta is equal to 0, then you will have only one root for the given quadratic formula. If the delta is negative, then you cannot find the b squared minus 4ac, because if this is negative, you cannot find the real answer for square root of negative number. So this is not possible. In that case, you won't have any root, so no root. So you can use this delta or discriminant to determine number of possible roots for a given quadratic equation. Let's see how can we use the discriminant to find out the number of roots for a given quadratic formula. We have seen this graphs and formulas in the last lecture, and we already know this graph has two roots. These are the two roots. This graph has only one root, and this graph has no roots. So let's see whether for this graph whether the delta is greater than 0 or not. What is a in this formula? A is equal to 1 because the coefficient of x squared is 1. B is coefficient of x is minus 6. C is 7. So what is delta? Delta is b squared minus 4ac, right? Let's check. B squared minus 6 squared minus 4. A is 1, C is 7, minus 6 squared is 36, 4 into 1, 4, 28. This is equal to 8, which is greater than 0. So in this example, delta is greater than 0, therefore we have two roots. Let's do the same thing for this one. What is a here? A is 1 because coefficient of x squared is 1. B is minus 6, C equal 9. So let's calculate the delta for the second quadratic equation. B squared minus 4ac. B squared is minus 6 squared minus 4. A is 1, C is 9. Minus 6 squared is 36. Minus 4 times 1 times 9 is 36. This is 0. So delta is 0. We have seen previously, like if the delta is 0, you will have one root, which is true. And let's check the third one. So the third one, what is A? A is 1, B is minus 6, and C is 11. So what is delta? Delta is b squared minus 4ac. B squared is minus 6 squared minus 4. A is 1 into 11. 36 minus 44, which is minus 8, which is less than 0. So delta is negative, therefore we don't have roots. So no roots. So this is how you use the discriminant to decide whether a particular quadratic function or equation has 2 roots, 1 root, or no roots. So thank you for watching this video. In the next video we will do a couple of more questions to use this discriminant function.